Alright, let's see, here we are. I am Chris, the space-time sorcerer, and as you can probably tell, the Kerbal Space Program is loading in. My objective is to conquer Duna and its satellite, though I am not sure that I will manage to accomplish that this stream. Duna is the Mars equivalent in Kerbal Space Program. I don't remember all of the Kerbal bodies off the top of my head, but I know there's Duna as the Mars equivalent, Eve as a very unusual Venus equivalent, Moho as a Mercury equivalent, and Jewel as a Jupiter equivalent. All of these worlds are different in various ways from their real-world equivalents, but Duna is probably the closest. Aside from Kerbin itself, Duna is the closest to its equivalent of all the planets in the Kerbol System. It is a relatively red, though it's slightly more yellow than the actual Mars, a relatively red, dusty world. It has one satellite, which is rather tiny, and probably a pain to get a proper capture on. Compared to most of the other worlds, aside from, Kerbin and the Moon, it is rather close to its equivalent world in the real world. Eve is different from Venus in that it is larger and has significantly more gravity, and apparently has oceans made of rocket fuel. Not entirely sure how that works, but okay. My understanding is the only reason why the rocket fuel does not ignite when you have to take off from it is because there's no oxygen there. No oxygen, no fire. I suppose Moho is close enough to being a Mercury equivalent, on the grounds that they're both simply rocks. Jewel is very different from Jupiter in one major respect, in that the entire planet is green. Although aside from that, it's doing its best to imitate Jupiter by having precisely 4 major moons. Now, in the real world, the gas giants have hundreds of moons. However, I have not seen a simulation yet, or at least not a serious simulation where you can fly there in a spaceship that simulates all of them at once. Alright. KSP took its sweet time loading. Here we are. Resume saved. We are going to conquer Kerbol. It's been so long. So very long. Alright. I have 1,095 science points. No idea if I can buy anything with them. I should probably look into that. Decent amount of money. I have yet to upgrade my runway because I have yet to try you doing anything with a space plane. Alright, R&D, let's figure this out. Ooh, it's still permitting me to build that. How interesting. I wonder why. If it's still permitting me to build the vector, that's very strange. There are a number of things that could mean. One of them is... Oh, yes, I understand now. The last time I played this game, I was busy trying to build a space station. And I used the experimental vector engine to put my space station up. Let's see, I should probably change the name of this. Let's see, what should you actually be termed? Is there a way for me to properly change your icon? Well, I seem to be loading in on the space station. which still has the booster I used to put it in orbit right next to it. I'm going to have to send up a trash recovery operation to get that out of the way. It's going to cause issues if I do not, I believe. Alright. Jeb is still on board. We should probably send something up to bring him home, too. My intention for this is to make it a kind of refueling system. So that as long as this is up in space, we can send people to grab the sweet, sweet liquid fuel and oxidizer that happens to be up here with it. That way we theoretically don't need to send quite as much up all the time. Or at the very least, don't necessarily need to cancel any missions because they run out of, run out of juice. Alright. An interesting enough design for a space station. Advanced grabbing arms. I put those in so I could dock things that don't have proper docking ports. Though we will definitely see a little down the line. At any rate, for now, Jeb is kind of stuck up here until I send someone to bring him home. And I need to figure out how to change this out so that it has the correct icon in the Space Launch System, you say? How do I change your name? Configure vessel naming. Ah, here we go. It is a station. Space Station Kerbin 1. Let's call it Refuel Station Kerbin 1. And I'm afraid I may have oh wait, there they are. Good. I do have relay antennas. How very good. Relay antennas are a little bit important if I ever want to try to send up any automated ships. Though automation is fine as far as it goes, so long as it doesn't leave line of sight of Kerbin. Long as we have line of sight of Kerbin, we're good. You leave line of sight of Kerbin, and everything goes to hell as far as the automation is concerned. Unless you have a well-designed ComSat array. Then your signals can be sent off to the ComSat and all will be well. I remember one play of this game I was trying to recover some people from a ship that ran out of fuel with an empty ship that they could take over. Accidentally ran out of battery on the empty ship, which meant that I couldn't send the signal for it to extend its solar panels to get battery back. Which meant that it was just going to crash on Minmus, instead of orbit Minmus like it was supposed to. Very unfortunate day, very unfortunate. At any rate, I should head back to the Space Center here. R&D. Yeah, I have a lot of research points. I should probably do something with them. So, judging from this, the issue I have right now is I need to upgrade the R&D building. What a pain. Okay, so I need to upgrade the R&D building, then I'll be able to make the very heavy rocketry, but be that as it may, I'm going to go ahead and unlock nuclear propulsion. What does this give me? Ooh. Clampotron, shielded docking port. Apparently this makes it slightly easier to just launch ships that are docking port first. Inflatable airlock, how's that supposed to work? Extendomatic system. Okay. Not to be used as an accordion. Ah, the quad stack coupler. That could be very useful. I'll seriously consider you getting the advanced metalworks. Precision propulsion looks like it's intended for probes. I don't think I'm really going to need that necessarily. It's kind of a maybe, maybe not situation. Because there is one form... There it is. Once you get ion propulsion, anything from, like, this area is basically obsolete. Because the ion propulsion will handle everything I could need. Nevertheless, that's locked behind the... Cannot research tech like this until you've upgraded the research building. Now, could have a problem. Composites, what do we got here? Protective noses, more aircraft parts. Heavy landing. That 10-meter heat shield might be useful. Field science. Well, I do like the external command seat. I could use that for building my infamous Minmus surfboards. Specialized control. It might be useful. Advanced exploration. Mobile processing lab. Interesting. Nothing too important there, though. Weather analyzer, relay antenna. I've already managed to skip the relay antenna, went straight to this one for the RA-15. Can I get anything better than the RA-15, or am I... There it is, the RA-100. There is one better than the RA-15, and it's the RA-100. And it looks like the stuff back here is going to turn out to be a prerequisite. I'm kind of in a place where I want to get this stuff, but I also want the stuff that's locked behind the wall here. I think what I should focus on now is I need the 1,690,000 to upgrade R&D. Which means I need to finish some missions. Oh boy, so... Test S3 KS-25 Vector Engine orbiting Minmus. Okay. I don't know why I need to be orbiting Minmus to do it, but okay. Rescue Kelsey from orbit of Minmus. Alright, and here's where the problem of it being such a long time since the last time I played this game comes in. I need to get to Minmus in order to accomplish both of those objectives, which will give me a little bit more money. But I can't remember which of my vehicles was the primary one for going to Minmus now, because it's been so long since I've been doing Kerbal Space Program. Why does this have locked or invalid parts? That's strange. Missing part gear large. Cancel. Oh, I think I know what the deal with that is. Okay, I understand. So as soon as this mission is complete, I lose access to the vector because it's experimental. Okay. So, which of these was my UML-1, UML... Let's load this, see what it did. This definitely looks like the wrong ship type. Oh, no, this is the one... This is one of the shenanigans ships that I don't want to use ever again. Okay. Nope. Let's take a quick glance at the Brutus. What was this? Oh. That's interesting. I mean, this might do the trick. I mean, it'll probably do the trick, honestly. Yeah, I think there's a very high likelihood this will, in fact, do the trick. It's just... it feels over-engineered. Feels very over-engineered, and I don't think I need the science machinery, but... No, I don't think I need the science machinery, since I think I've already gotten all the science I'm likely to get from the orbital area of Minmus. So, it behooves me to... Okay. For this session, this game session, I think my goal should be to do as many missions as I can to get enough money to upgrade the R&D facility so that I can buy the heavier duty rocketry. My intention is to build something vaguely resembling an Apollo module and then take that to Duna. I have to do some finagling for the lander, however, because the actual Apollo lander is not adequate to the task. Or, you know, the closest equivalent to an Apollo lander is not adequate to the task of landing on Duna and then coming back to the surface. However, or not back to the surface, landing on Duna and coming back up to orbit. However, it's not that hard to design a Duna lander. If memory serves, the last time I got that far in this game, I used a vector engine on the lander, so I'm definitely going to want to unlock the heavy rockets. Although one departure from the actual Apollo mission, I believe, is I use nuclear propellant, like a nuclear engine. There's multiple ideas on how you would use nuclear devices in space propulsion. One of them is the relatively sane one, where you're basically atomizing you're atomizing hydrogen and shooting it out the back of your ship. The other one is a bit crazier, where you're actually blowing a nuclear bomb behind you and then sailing on the particles shot out by the explosion. Which is a significantly crazier idea, and one that Kerbol Space Program does not have implemented. Amazing, I know, that these little guys with their tendency to explode do not have the propulsion that requires you to blow things up in order to go places. But then they also haven't developed solar sails. Though solar sails would not be useful after you get past the heliopause, I don't think. Then again, who knows? I'm not exactly an expert on solar sails, so perhaps they'd still be useful. Anyway, I do not see a need to have this part here, so I will remove it. With that removed, how are we working this? Ah yes, this is one of the ones that does not use the detachment of the pod in an effort to recover slightly more material. Don't know how I feel about that. I kind of feel like I want to give them the option. I want to give them the option to detach if things start looking hairy. Then again, maybe it's not that big a deal. Maybe everything will be fine. I just need to make sure the crew quantity is correct. We don't need Bill, we don't need Bob, we just need Pilot Valentina. You are going to go up there head to Minmus. Ah yes, that reminds me of a little detail I had forgotten. I need the vernier, the vector engine, somewhere in this lineup. Alright, if I need a vector... how shall I handle the vector? Let's be stupid. Maybe just a little bit stupid. I don't know. Well, I guess I don't need the landing gear for this, but if I don't have the landing gear, then I should really rig the ship to just detach all and get ready to go home after that. Alright. I think I know what we should do about this. Yeah, that's the poodle. Let's put another ridiculous engine up there. Fuel tank, it should be the same fuel tank as this. Rockomax X200, where are you? Carbidine Rockomax X200. Before I put that up, no need for the excess parachutes if I do what I'm planning. So the idea here is... thermal. Is this the correct size heat shield? Too big. Is this? Yep, that's it. Okay. Just right. Coupling. I believe it is the TD25 we want. Bam. Now we put this up. And then we put our little experimental vector right there. Coupling. Another TD25, because of course. Oh no, that's not going to work at all. How unfortunate and annoying. Painful. Alright, game, you're gonna be that way. You're gonna be that way. Payload. Want this one, I think. That's not correct. Is this the correct one? Maybe. Not it. There we go. Okay. I need the detacher. Eh? Oh, you know work. Delete fairing, build fairing. Here we go. Build fairing. snap, single angle height. Interesting. Not quite. Need to make this work right. It's not even working right. Very strange. I don't know what to make of this. It's very strange and annoying. Maybe I use a bigger one. What do I have to do? So we blow the fairing, detach that part, and then we're sailing on the vector that we can then... Okay. We've gotten that far. Other coupler now. Oop. I sure hope this is enough fuel to make things work, but it probably is. And we just attach everything else. Blammo. This is now the R&D 101. Sure. Save. Who we got on board? We should only have Valentina on. Alright. Save game. So the plan is... Alright, I don't think we're going to bring Jeb back with this one. We're going to go and grab that person who's stuck orbiting Minmus at least. Let's see what happens. Launch. Full throttle SAS, go. And we're not going anywhere. Why are we not going anywhere? Is it because the vector's too heavy? How are we so heavy that we can't go anywhere? Well, that's not going to work. Revert flight to vehicle assembly. Huh. So yes, the main issue, well, that's not going to work at all. What the heck? What is going on here? That makes no sense whatsoever. Alright, so my staging doesn't even make sense. Got it. Oop. And we need another one, probably. Boop. Boop. And there we go. Bearing, actual decoupler, engine. Let's see. Well, that could be a problem. That should not go off there. wait a second. Why do we... Okay, there may be a problem here. How did... Ah, I understand now. Silly. I mean, that makes a certain amount of sense, but I'm not sure that I necessarily need that much. I'll remove this one. Okay. So, in the beginning, we have that operational, operational. We detach. And we later detach further and have this operational. Then we have the transit phase. And we keep going till the test stage is ready, which hopefully won't be till we reach Minmus, and then we're good to go. Save changes. Get ready to find out that it still doesn't launch. I'm willing to bet that this will absolutely not launch. It is too heavy somehow, probably from the vector engine on top. Full speed ahead, SAS on, and we're actually taking off now. Wonderful. Interesting, very interesting. Well, we should be able to go for a while at least. Let's see. 1,000 meters, turning. Hoping for the best. Continuing our ascent. Detach. I normally do that. Very nice, very nice. Currently the apoapsis is far too low. Continuing. It is possible that we're still too heavy to actually make orbit, which would be really unfortunate, but oh well. Not a lot to be done about that. If we're too heavy to actually make orbit, then my next plan is... Upgrade Booster! Which may in fact be all I can do about it. We are about to run out of fuel in the lower stage. And we are nowhere near having a decent apoapsis, which is very unfortunate. Continuing. It seems very unlikely that we are going to successfully get to apoapsis before everything just goes awry. Alright, we are on the next stage, which is normally intended to get me to circularize orbit, but heaven alone knows how we're going to do now. Maybe I have enough fuel to orbit, maybe I do not. I mean, probably not. Yeah, it's hard to say, I need an apoapsis of 70 to 80,000. At this point, I'm willing to settle for about 70,000 on the dot if I can just get it. If I can just get it, then we're in business. And maybe I'll get it, maybe. But even if I do, it's looking unlikely I'll be able to make orbit without using the transfer stage for that. Alright, how are we doing? Still definitely not there yet. Alright, the apoapsis is about to reach 70,000. That might work out for us. Alright. That might be okay. Prograde, please. I think when I reach around... You know what? As soon as you're pointing directly prograde, let's just burn, because I'm not feeling very good about this orbit. So let's just go ahead and burn. We are now definitively in space, and we're pushing our apoapsis up a little bit more, but my primary objective here is, of course, to circularize my orbit. If I can do that before I run out of fuel in the current stage, then that would be best. But I'm afraid that that might not be possible. Don't know yet. I believe the orbital speed is around 2,300 meters per second, give or take. Will I get orbital speed, or will it have to be the last stage that does it? Not quite orbital speed, it's gonna have to be the final stage, but you know what? Let's shut down for now. I'm gonna do some shenanigans to try to get the last little bit of orbit in here. It looks like I'm probably gonna be okay to get to Minmus and recover our people. I don't know though. Find out. Oh boy. That pod's big enough for 2 passengers in addition to the pilot, so we should be fine. Alright, let's go ahead and wait until we're around 40. Okay. Full speed ahead. Let's see how this goes. Alright. 40 seconds. Full speed ahead. Alright then, 39 seconds. Full speed ahead. Alright then, 38 seconds. Full speed ahead. Alright then, 37 seconds. Full speed ahead. Alright then, 36. Full speed ahead. 35. Alright. 34. Right, it's been doing that well enough for a while. Let's wait for 30 on the dot. What is our lucky number? Try 25. Alright, how about 24? Nah, it's gonna be something like 20, isn't it? Actually, you know, I think we're high enough I can just do it on the apoapsis on the dot and see how we go. Very close to the apoapsis. Alright, we have it at periaps, it's not high enough. A little bit higher peri, and then we are good. Okay. Orbit circularized. We have both sides outside the atmosphere, so we should be able to make this. Oh, that reminds me. Almost forgot about this stage. Set target as Minmus. Alright, where are we approaching? We are pretty close to the descending node, actually. Let's try pointing us the normal. See if we can get anything going on the descending node before it's too far out of range. Maybe a little bit, but it's not going to be enough. Alright. think I'll go ahead and point us anti-normal then, and we'll do this on the ascending node. Just need to adjust my orbital inclination so that I'm lined up with Minmus before we proceed to the Minmus burn. Da, 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 da. Okay. Yup. How about we warp here? I keep forgetting that's even a thing. Alright, the ascending node is at 2.0. And burn. How are we doing? Close enough. Okay. We now wait for Minmus to be... Alright, we're gonna have to orbit around again. I have to make another orbit, verify that we didn't bump our periaps too low. We're good to go, let's move. Alright. Zipping right around. Where's Minmus? Alright. We should probably point ourselves prograde for this. Now we wait. Where's Minmus? Minmus is just about to come up. Where are you at, Minmus? Alright, that'll have to do. And burn. Gotta zoom out, see how we are adjusting our orbit. We have to get... oh boy. The Mun and Minmus are lined up, which might be a little bit awkward. But we'll see, we'll see. I am a little concerned that we are about to run out of fuel, though. I hope we have enough. This was enough fuel before we had to deal with the test bed, but now that we have the test bed, it might not actually be enough, and we might be screwed. I might need to revert flight. Yeah, we are not getting the necessary... yeah, we could have a problem. Alright, well. SOL. Last chance to make it work. Alright, we have a vector engine, which is overpowered for this operation, but hey, it might work. It might work, but the real question is, will it enable us to get home, or are we going to have problems? Because it's using fuel pretty darn quick. Alright, Minmus, okay. Oh, we have a Minmus pop. Alright, that will hopefully do the trick. Alright, so we're on the vector engine for this operation. It's going to be a bit on the awkward side, but we will see what we can do with this. Now, port us to the actual Minmus encounter, and let's hope for the best. Interesting. Wait, what? Okay, there we go. So, Min-Miss encounter coming up. Warp here and hope for the best. Okay, how are we? Okay, so... the real problem is about to emerge. We are dead set on hitting Min-Miss. We're just gonna straight up collide with the Minty Moon here. Yeah, that's our current problem. Just plain straight up hitting Min-Miss. Let's warp a little bit closer and then see if we can establish a real orbit. After that, we have to see if we have the slightest possibility. Let's see. I believe the terms of the test are we need to be in wait, what? Fuck's sake, you're going to be a stickler about altitude? Oh, you're kidding me. Well, what's our current altitude? Not high enough. And I can't go backwards in time. Painful. Oh well. I may still have a way to make this work. But odds are we're going to be, let's see. Nope, nope, nope. It appears... it's still gonna let me revert flight. Good. Save game. Min-Miss rescue with vector. Not save. Alright, how close are we? I think it is probably best if I determine... How are you doing, Kelsey's capsule? You appear to be going which direction now? I think Kelsey is going around this way. So when I get to Kelsey's altitude of around 7,000 or so, I should point my heavy button in Kelsey's direction. Alright, alright. Set as target. That's how this is gonna work. Warp here, why not? Get ourselves a little bit closer before we burn to achieve orbit proper. Uh-oh. Alright, let's make a burn for orbit. Hope we can do this in time. Alright, here we go. What is going on? Why is this not working? Shit. Why you no work? We're not burning enough. Why did I need to do that much? This is not good. Not good at all. What's going on here? It's giving me a Min-Miss escape? What? This can't be right. Why do I have a Min-Miss escape? But then this is a very unusual situation right here. Very unusual. Alright. I have little choice. First, I'm going to revert flight because I feel like I feel a little bit, revert to launch. I feel a little bit, I don't know the right term for this, insecure about this. Save game. Miss weird or revert. Now we're going to load save. Why are they in miss rescue with vector, worker not load? I'm just a dirty save scummer. Or we're even near that area. Let's see, I want to have Kelsey's capsule set as target. Alright, I think I know what I should do. The first thing we do is we wait until we are at about 8,000 meters altitude. 8 or 9,000 meters altitude, and then we cancel our acceleration towards the planet. Hopefully that will work, and then we aim ourselves in Kelsey's direction until we have achieved orbit. Actual altitude, please. Point us retrograde, we're gonna need, whoops, that's a bit too fast. Is that our target? No, it's not. Target's on opposite side of the planet. Oh well. I will go this way and hope for the best. We are now generating an orbit of... Oops, bad orbit. This is not the kind of orbit we want. Bad orbit. So... we'll pass this way, however. And when we get to about this point... interesting. When we get to this point... oh wait, we're going this way. Okay. We're going to want to have ourselves pointed this way, I believe. But first retrograde and cancel our, cancel, whoa there, laddie. Alright, let us hope for the best, shall we? Okay. Get me an orbit of any kind. I know the vector's a little finicky for this kind of thing, but it will have to do. We have a periap. It's not high enough. A little bit higher. Okay. That is looking a bit better than I was expecting. Now let's play another game, shall we? Okay. we have rendezvous. 3.2 kilometers separation. I am going to save game here, and I am going to name it. Can we rendezvous? Save. A little bit closer. That might be enough. Alright, that's definitely good enough. We will at the very least be able to recover our beloved friend and compatriot, Kelsey, from her disabled vehicle, which is our primary mission. Alright. So let us warp here. Alright. Can I transfer vehicle? I can. If I can transfer vehicle, then I can assign the other vehicle as target. Which means I should be able to tell Kelsey Kerman to EVA engineer, huh? Verify again that this is set as target. Let go, Kelsey. Turn on your RCS, please. Point your happy butt this way. Alright, Kelsey. Whoa, what happened? Are you okay, Kelsey? Did you just bonk something, Kelsey? That would be awkward. Why are you going such a ridiculous speed, Kelsey? Oh, Schnapple. Kelsey, 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 you did not reduce speed fast enough. What the fuck? Why? God have mercy. You're looking a little on the side. I think I see what the problem is now. Or at least I think I see several of the problems. Alright, that's not going to help out very well. Alright, the problem is that the game thinks that we're close to a change-off point and keeps on... come on, we're supposed to stay in target mode, you stupid game. You're screwing me over. Alright, well, that didn't go very well due to strange UI problems. So, can we rendezvous in this load? That was the last save I had. Zoom a little bit further. I need to get that rendezvous a tiny bit closer to where we want to be. That will have to do. Okay. Warp around. Point retro. How close? Ridiculously close. Alright, I believe I see the item. Certainly looks like has the potential to be Kelsey's little tiny pod of how the heck did he get here. I think Kelsey has the male model, I don't really know. Alright, where are you at, Kelsey? Oh no, there you are. Point retrograde again. Alright, Kelsey, you should be close enough to be able to do this absolute nonsense without dying horribly. EVA. Pop off. RCS on. Descend a little bit. Okay. This will make things significantly easier than the last time. I'd forgotten a step of the rendezvous procedure, which is what made things difficult the last time. Oh, I'm busy. Okay, Kelsey. Kelsey. You got it, you got it. Grab, please. Thank you. Get on board. Okay, Kelsey is recovered. Now, if we do nothing else, we have at least gotten Kelsey back. And we're stuck using the vector engine. So, question now is, do I dare? I believe the answer is yes. Yes, I do. I do dare. This thing wants a 460,000 to 470,000 altitude, so we're gonna do it. That'll have to do. Warp here. Are we at the desired altitude? Whoop, whoop, whoop. Ah, dang it. I missed. Missed the desired altitude. Turn this off before we use up too much battery. Irksome indeed. Oh, wow, that's not actually that far. I'm confused now. This can't be right. Oh, it's because it's not right. We haven't actually gotten that far yet. 460,000. Okay. Alright, we're at the 1, 2, 3, 4, okay. 460,000. When it says 460, then we go back to time. Alright, just gotta wait for it to say 460, then we pop the test button, and then we're done with the vector test. Run test. Alright. The test, at least, is complete. Next part of this is we want to save game, trying to go home. Save. Alright. Now I believe what we want to do is we want to zip back around here, I think, or here, and then we will burn prograde when we get there. Kelsey's old pod is going to be stuck in orbit of Minmus indefinitely. Oh, that's okay. When the current warp is complete, we are going to begin transfer back to Kerbin. Zip. Okay. Now, Kerbin periapsis. What will you be at, my Kerbin periapsis? I need you to get all the way down to the planet, preferably somewhere in the 60,000 to 50,000 range. I got half a mind to say 55,000, maybe a good one for this time. Don't want a Mun encounter, that would ruin our day. Let's keep going. We want to be down under 70,000 at least. Very close, very close. Okay, that'll have to do. That will have to do. We are en route to return to the Kerbol System. No problem. Goodbye, Minty Moon. It's been nice knowing you. We may now just stability assist our way out there. No need to worry about SAS until we're closer to Kerbin. $5x time, 10x time, 50x time. Bye-bye, Minimus. Alright, both of the missions that were on the board should be completed now. Which means I will hopefully have more money that I may possibly use to upgrade the research facility. Beautiful joy. Let's warp there to get closer to our Minimus escape. Sadly, Kerbal Space Program can only calculate one gravitational body at a time, when in reality practically all the gravitational bodies in the universe are acting upon us, although some more than others. In our day-to-day life, the Earth itself is the most gravitationally influential body. However, the Sun and Moon are also not insignificant for life on Earth. Though I would say that they probably have roughly the same gravitational influence on us, due to the vast difference in distance. The Sun may be more distant than the Moon, however its vaster gravity causes it to have roughly the same influence, gravitationally speaking, on our day-to-day life on Earth as the Moon does. That's my understanding, at least. It's possible that one or the other actually takes precedence, but I'm under the impression that they're pretty close. Alright. Yep, that's Minimus still. What am I doing? Yeah, Minimus is still very visible over there. Give me a moment, need to fix something. Alright, I return. Warp here, so we are definitively back in Kerbin's area. Kerbin's sphere of influence, yes we are. The Mun's going round and round. What if anyone's looked at the Kerbal stars to see how whether they imitate the real-world stars or not. Alright, how are we doing here? Getting closer and closer to Kerbin, we are. Oh, the moon's over there. Yeah, we're well within the moon's orbit, though, so we're fine. Distances are deceptive. I thought the moon was... Size and distance can be deceptive sometimes. Right. Oh no, guys, the moon crashed into Kerbin. No, fool, that is simply forced perspective. People play that game all the time. Mostly around the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Alright, gentlemen. We are getting closer and closer by the moment. I think I'll reduce the time warp to 10 times. Oh, perhaps it's worth continuing, but I'll want to reduce the time warp by the time we hit around 100,000. Maybe I'll just kill time warp entirely at that point. And time warp is dead. No need for it now. Swap us around retrograde and prepare to burn. Okay. Soon. Oh wow, we're definitely going too fast. I don't know how well we can fix that though, so I'm going to kill off the last of our fuel, killing off some... Okay, we're done there. Bam. It's over. It's all over now. All that remains is getting this pod, with its precious cargo, back down to Kerbin. I find myself wondering where the space station is. Come to think of it, where is... Oh, there's the space station. So the space station may in fact be... Wait, is that the space station? Or is that... No, that looks more like the piece we just detached. It is getting far out there, unexpectedly. Yeah, we would expect to see the space station around the horizon there. Not sure that it's close enough to be visible. Alright, we are experiencing the thermal effects of entering the atmosphere. As soon as friction has decelerated us adequately, we will be able to deploy our parachute. But we're done. We're either coming in for a successful, safe landing, or we are going to die. There is no in between at this point. Alright. Well, at any rate, mission accomplished. Just gotta get recovery going on. Recover back on Kerbin. Good to go. These are more like side quests, though. And we're at the point where I am ready to move on to Duna. But as I said, I suppose I will be satisfied this stream if I can just upgrade my research facility. Yep, we are decelerating. Oddly enough, we're decelerating rather slowly. Let's zoom out here and take a quick glance at the... Yep. We're not going back up, are we? Uh-oh. Going up? That's an awkward sign, because it might mean that we do another orbit around. Very irksome, very irksome. Yeah, I think there's a good possibility we may wind up doing another orbit around. Well, we're in a decaying orbit at least. However, this is a irksome possibility that we may wind up doing another orbit round. Unless... no, we're not doing an orbit round. We're just in an awkward position where we're... okay, we're just kind of atmosphere sailing right now. We started going back up, but it looks like we're going to start descending again momentarily. Very awkward. Well, if we're not actually doing an orbit around, I may as well keep us pointing retrograde. Still decelerating at least. And ascending, for the time being. Looks like ascent will just be to around 50,000 meters, and then we'll start descending again. This is the first time I've seen this happen in a long time. Yes, this is why I usually aim for the periaps to be 45 or thereabouts most of the time, but this time I was feeling a little bit iffy about the vector engine being used as the main maneuvering engine. Because of that dang little science experiment. But hey, we managed to get both missions accomplished, the rescue and the science experiment. Alright, we are now back to descending. And we are continuing. We have been decelerating this entire time, although we've been decelerating at a very slow pace. Definitely cruising around the world at this rate. I think we'll probably make a ground landing, but it's hard to tell. It might turn out to be a water landing yet. I generally prefer the water landings because there are fewer things that go wrong in a water landing. Whereas a ground landing, unguided, this dang thing could drop me on a mountain, and then when I touch down on the tippy-top peak of the mountain, the parachute goes, bye-bye, we're done. And then we tumble off the mountain, blow up, everybody dies. Just as an example of things that can still go wrong. But if we land in the water, that sort of thing never happens, and truthfully, the odds of it happening are pretty low even if we do land on the ground. Most of the time when I land on the ground, it's just flipping planes. Alright, experiencing more thermal effects. And faster thermal effects. I do believe our deceleration rate has increased. Hopefully we will be happily decelerated in moments. How are we doing on electrical charge? Plenty of electrical charge. The electrical charge is just for the maneuvering. There are, I forget what they're called, some kind of reaction wheels inside the pod, which provide a kind of maneuvering. All right. Decelerating. Altitude 40,000 meters. Descending and decelerating. I'm feeling glad that I rigged it for only the pod coming back, because I feel like something would have gone horribly wrong if I was trying to land an entire setup with the engine null. Decelerating 35,000 meters. Descending 35,000 meters. Decelerating 1,800 meters per second. Descending 30,000 meters. Decelerating under 1,600 meters per second. 1,500. Descending 25,000 meters. 1,300 meters per second. 1,200. 1,000 meters per second. Decelerate under 20,000 meters, 19,000 meters, 18,000 meters, 17,000 meters. Deploying parachute. The single chute should be adequate for the single pod. It's the big chute, not the little chute. Alright, should be decelerating even faster now. How are we doing? 10,000 meters. I don't think we need the stability assist anymore. For the, you know what I mean. I don't think we even really need SAS at this point. Bam. Chute should completely deploy at 1,000 meters. That's how it usually works. But I am feeling rather... Alright, there we go. Oh no. This is bad. Actually, never mind, it's not that bad. I still had it in orbit mode, need to have it in surface mode for the accurate readout. So we're descending at about 9 meters per second, slightly faster than I normally prefer, but I don't think we're likely to lose the pod. The heat shield will break first. Alright, coming right on down. It's still 300 feet up, or meters up rather. That's pretty high. It doesn't look high, but it's pretty darn high. There are buildings that are that tall. Okay. I think we'll be fine. Bam. Not only did we land okay, even the heat shield survived. Recover vessel. Excellent. All right. Good to go. Those two missions actually gave me almost, but not quite, enough money to upgrade R&D. That being said, I want enough money to both upgrade R&D and get a few more missions, and build some more vehicles, so we have a chance of getting more money and being able to blast off to Duna sometime soon. So we have no active missions. Recover Stabart and Stabart's craft from the orbit of the moon. Ah, you want both of them, do you? I see. This is an unusual one. This gives me an advance of 69,000 and a completion of 181,000. Interesting. Very interesting. This means I would need to send up a ship that has the grabbing arm. I would need to send up the grabbing arm. Works reasonable. Module 9HGGN for corporate minutes. Alright. Looks like good missions. Oddly enough, they want me to go to Eve before they want me to go to Duna, which is a little strange to me, but it looks like it only wants me to do a flyby. Alright. I do find a little unusual that the urban world first sponge wants us to go to Eve before we go anywhere else. Now the completion for that is pretty good, but we don't have the technology to do a proper planetary transfer. We only have technology for dilly-dallying around in Kerbin, the Mun, and Minmus. I mean, I could try a planetary transfer, but I'm not really convinced to it. Actually, I take that back. I did... Well, actually, I take back my take-back. Because even though I did unlock the nuclear engines, I need something that's powerful enough to put the nuclear engines in orbit first. That's the problem, because the nuke engines are heavy. They are very heavy. So I want something, you know, Saturn V strength to put the nukes in orbit. What shall I do about this? What shall I do? Temperature survey. Science data from around. Person from orbit of Kerbin. Well, that's an easy mission at least. And while I'm at it, I could go recover Jeb or get rid of the junk. You know what? I'm feeling inclined to go around like that. Let's try this. Bam, we're gonna recover Gerson. And while we're at it, we're also going to bring Jeb back from the space station. Let's see. It might be necessary to use a vessel that is almost as... Yeah, R&D 101, it won't let me bring that up again. But that's okay, as I recall, I was just using one of these Brutuses anyway. Load. So we take this off, put it away. We take this off because we're going to be doing something else. Where is it? Is it under utility? What is the star shot? Oh, it's the fireworks display. I've actually not played with those before. How do those even work? I guess they attach like that. Okay. That's a tiny one. All right. Amazing. Okay, let's see. Probably gonna be under payload or coupling or something. Here it is. Advanced grabbing unit. Well. Yeah, that could be interesting. So here's the plan. I'm gonna go ahead and put the thermal device on here for good measure. Because why not? And a decoupling device. Again, because why not? Don't need to bring everything back down. Alright. One. It's up here. Good. Brutus Grabber. Save. Alright. We probably don't need these, so I'll save again. Who do we have available to be crew? Kelsey's an engineer. We are going to remove these two. So, the purpose of this mission shall be to take down the space trash that is next to the space station and recover Jeb from the space station. We're going to allow the space station to stay up as a kind of automated, kind of sort of refuel station. That should do the trick. My memory just went back to this old episode of Star Trek Enterprise when the previous episode, the NX-01 Enterprise, got severely damaged, and they just trip over this strange alien automated repair station. How very convenient. And it's all like, what will you use as trade for repairs? And so they decide to trade the warp plasma, since it offers that as an example that they could trade. But then the dang thing, in addition to taking the warp plasma, also tries to, like, yoink one of the crew, or one or two of the crew, I forget how many, and turn them into make it look like an accident, and then plug their brain into some kind of bizarro neural computer, and it's like, what the heck is this? Not entirely sure why a strange alien force would want to do something like that. It seems like a good way to make enemies. So then they blast half the place apart to trying to get their guy back after the repairs have been complete. And then afterwards it looks like the station's just slowly putting itself back together like it's the Iron Giant. Just kind of slowly grabbing pieces back and then reassembling them, all completely automated. And I don't think it was ever explained who the heck built that station in the first place or what it even was. Oh dear. All right. Anyway, it's probably time to try launching this and hope for the best. Oh wait, no wait, I don't need that. For a moment I was thinking that I might want to put RCS thrusters on this for docking, but then I remembered. There is no docking. I do not need to dock, I just need to EVA Jeb out and hopefully aim well enough to grab the space junk and push it back down to Kerbin. And then join the space junk. So, Let's go ahead and see what we can do. We're gonna rescue one person and take the space junk down. SAS on, full speed ahead, blast off. I do believe that we are significantly lighter weight than when we had the vector attached. This looks like it'll work just fine. Hopefully. Cross your fingers. Okay, point us this way, because we want to be heading due east. Always funny to me how all the boosters collide with each other and kaboom! All at once. I don't like that shake that I see the rocket doing. It's a little bit, creeps me out a little bit. How are we doing on apoapse? Definitely not there yet. Definitely not there yet. We're going to watch something like 2,300 meters per second speed. And then once we have orbit, we aim for a rendezvous with the space station or a rendezvous with our benighted Gerson. Alright, how are we doing? Apoapse still too low. Probably gonna finish the orbital transfer with the next stage, but that'll be fine. Oh, I have way too much fuel for this. Way too much fuel for this. That's fine. That's fine. Here we go. Bam. Alright, we should soon be reaching the apoapsis. Alright. Plenty of fuel. We're probably too powerful for this mission. Since this is a craft originally designed for going to the moon and Minmus after all. Alright, I think we can shut down and coast to the Apo now. Alright, once we're within, oh, I want to say 20 seconds or so, I think we can go ahead and burn and complete the orbit. After that, we just need to figure out how we are going to rendezvous with the space station. Now, my understanding is in the real world, they have the means of calculating a way to just burn right up to the ISS without needing to worry about rendezvous shenanigans. Just zip up there, and then you're already in the vicinity of the ISS and can dock. Bam, done. I am forgetting to complete circularizing my orbit. Alright. I may have forgotten a little bit too late. I will not give up the promise of orbital circularization. Even though it looks like I started my burn too late. Rats. Come on, we need to get that 2,300. Preferably before we descend back below 70,000, but even if we do descend back below 70,000, we might have a chance of getting our 2,300 and being able to pop back up and just ensure that our parry gets out of this atmosphere. Hope springs eternal in the human heart. Yeah, I think we'll be fine. Crossing fingers, we'll be fine. Seriously, we'll be fine. Current periapsis is... okay, what are we doing? Yeah, we might be SOL. Not exactly SOL, but SOL enough. Yeah, we're going to wind up descending back into the atmosphere, and then we're going to wind up ascending back into space. That's just how that's going to work. One minute. Ah. Full speed ahead. This should be descending our apoapsis a little bit, but that's going to be okay. Minor error, but it gives me a use for the excess fuel I brought. And we are now reascending back into space. The orbital momentum demands it. Yeah, pretty good, pretty good. Okay, we are now back in space. Going to want to poke my periapsis way the heck over here, or we're going to have a decaying orbit. Alright, how close are we? 30 seconds. We are going to want to prograde direction. How are we on electrical? Yeah, we're fine. It recharges like an alternator. Now, bring up the periapsis. Periapsis is now above the atmosphere. Probably want to bring up periapsis a teeny tiny bit more. Make it 75. There we go. Okay. Next objective. I think I'm going to save here. Maneuvering. Save. And I think it is a good time to consider what the next objective is. I think our next objective should be recovering Gerson's pod. Save Gerson Kerman, recover Gerson Kerman on Kerbin, so I am not required to recover his pod, so I can just put his pod wherever the heck I like after I'm done. Okay. So... how am I going to make this work? Nope, nope, that's not possible. We cannot make that work. So it does not work out, in fact. Okay, good to know. In that case, we want to pop back over to the periapsis and prepare to burn retro. We're currently set him as a target, so now let's burn retro and see what we get. How is our periapsis that high? I don't remember. Oh wait, I know what happened. Okay. I remember what I did. So how are we doing this? Apoapsis is descending. Apoapsis is now a periapsis. Reversed up. Puppy is at 82,000. Okay, here we go. Maybe this will work, or maybe I am wasting fuel. I'll need to play other games. The answer is, I am wasting fuel. Swap back to prograde, we need to maintain orbit here. Definitely wasting a little bit of fuel. Orbital inclination is not different enough to be an issue. Okay. Need to make sure the parry is above 70,000 or we'll start having issues. Okay. The Apo's around 97,000, so okay, that's how we're doing. So, at this point, let's play more games. Warp here with the periapsis. Just finagling with orbital maneuvers. Should be able to make this work soon enough. Gonna need to bring down the apoapsis a bit. Probably to around 80,000 or thereabouts. I might want to do this after I'm past the periapsis, just to ensure that I don't reduce the parry too much. Give me a little bit. Alright. Bring the Apo down to 80-something. Actually, you know what? It might be possible to make it work now. Save game. Maneuvering 2. Let us try prograde. And see what happens. Rotating this big ol' ensemble around. Yes, Val is by herself. Way to recover 2 people. Doesn't make any sense to have more people on board. Now let's play around with the rendezvous points. Okay. Will this be enough to make it work? Great big maybe, I'd say. Right, I see things that might be working. Might be working. Alright, I think we have a solution. So we're going to be orbiting around a bit. We want separation. Oh shit, that's not going to work out as well as I'd hoped, but oh well. I'll make it work somehow. So let's warp here. Zipping around Kerbin again. We're gonna want to be in target mode. Alright. I want to be in target retrograde mode. When the distance is around 15k, or even before, truthfully, we might be able to make this work before. Let's do it, why not? Kill acceleration relative to target. Now, we point our happy butt at the target. SAS off to save electricity while we zip around. SAS on, because we're going to want it on the moment. Okay. Interesting. What is going on here? Distance a little bit far, isn't it? We're going to be dumping that bucket momentarily. We will have used all the fuel. All the fuel will have been used. Indeed. How are we doing? We are doing well enough, I think, all things considered. Alright, we're approaching a point where our separation will be 2 kilometers. When we get in the vicinity of that, I will be cancelling our... Yes. Cancelling relative velocity again. I think when we hit 5 kilometers, I should start cancelling relative velocity. We should be able to get close enough to pick up Gerson without too much trouble. I like getting him right alongside him, give or take. Works out best, I think. And burn to cancel relative velocity. Alright. And where's the other one? There. At distance, a little over a click. Okay. Alright, let's pop around. Look for him. Where are you? There you are. Okay. And that should do the trick. Getting closer? No. Definitely getting closer. Gotta also observe periaps. Periaps is still high enough. We're good. How are we on distance? We are approaching the point where we'll be 1 kilometer out. Target should be somewhere in this vicinity. Where are you? Because I can't see you worth a dang. Alright, they're getting almost a click out. Going 10 meters per second relative. Lives, it'll be about 100 seconds before we're alongside each other. Where are you at? I thought I'd be able to see you by now. Where are you? I'm weirded out, man. Well, let's start playing this game. Oh, I see. still can't quite see it. Is that them? Maybe, maybe not. Probably not. Distance is closing fast, so I'm going to go ahead and burn retro too. Alright. I do not have a good visual on him yet, but he's got to be in the area. Where are you? EVA, because why not? And then map. Set as target. Okay, we've set him as target. I guess we'll just attach RCS on, finagle around a bit. Let's hope you can figure out how to get back there. I do wish I could reorient them 100% of the way, but the game is not quite that good with these things. Alright, where are we at? Where is it? I'm a little bit perturbed that I cannot see it yet. Apparently it's... Is that it? Maybe. That's probably it. We're on our way there, good. "5 meters per second. Alright, I believe I see the craft. Alright, I'm actually approaching the bottom first. How strange. Did not expect that. That's okay. Almost there, going to recover Gerson. Alright. Grab board. Excellent. That much is accomplished. So we are now basically done with the first little detail I wanted to do. Now it's time for the second one. Set target to Kerbin 1. Kerbin 1 is an relative high altitude, I think. Okay. Point prograde. Let us save game. Recovered mission targets. Save. Now let's see if we can extend our orbit such that we intersect the station orbit and are able to have a nice, happy rendezvous. Or if it's going to be a royal issue. It looks like it's going to be a royal issue. Alright, won't be that bad. I think we have found a rendezvous. Excellent. And separation still sucks, though. But it's not that bad. The real issue is just the fact that it has a strangely elliptical orbit. The orbital inclination is a little strange for that one, but I guess we'll deal with it. We still have a decent amount of fuel, and if worse comes to worse. Warp here. All right. Okay, may as well burn retro then. And we will cancel our velocity. Maybe I won't need to actually make use of the refueling station. We might have excess fuel. We might be fine. Alright. Now, where is the actual target? This way. Where are you, target? We gonna do this? Let's do it. That should be adequate. Alright, there our separation will be 0.3 kilometers. Good. That's a much better rendezvous, provided we don't have any nasty surprises for our parry. But it looks like we'll be fine. Okay, what timing will this be? How far in the future is this? 3 minutes into the future. Alright. Ah, the joy of orbital dynamics. Huh, interesting. Let's go ahead and warp. Time warp. And from here, it's time to retro burn again. I do believe. Alright. Then we point our happy butt over this way. How are we on? Oh, I see. So this thinks it's going to be separation 4.5 over there, eh? How come? Nah, we're going to make this happen. We are going to make this happen. Okay. What is our current distance? Almost 5 kilometers. Which tells me a happy speed of... Alright, that's probably plenty of happy speed. Ooh, that's a good separation. 0.1 kilometer. Once I can see it, we are going to retro burn, pick up Jeb, and move the dang space debris out of orbit if we can. And I'm gonna be damn tempted to, who the heck are they? I am, once more becoming a little weirded out by my inability to see anything. I should be practically right on top of them. Oh, that looks like them. That's either them or that's the booster that was used to get them up into space. Alright, we're almost there. I see him. Let's retro burn. Wait a second. I don't see the booster anywhere in sight. Alright. Now we aim for him. Okay, let's go ahead and get up to 5 meters per second or thereabouts. We want to come alongside. Gonna be time to... This is close enough. Let's kill thrust and deal with it. Okay. So the main thing that has surprised me is the fact that after all this time, the debris is no longer present, which weirds me out a little bit. I was a little looking forward to deorbiting that debris, but now it's gone, so let's just swap over and have Jeb EVA out to the recovery vehicle and then get ready to go home. EVA? Where are you at, Jeb? There you are. Detach and RCS on. Now... They didn't bring a docking port, so... They're not here to refuel, they're just here to take you home. Fun times, fun times, fun times. Major Tom to ground control. Alright, here we go. Swap to orbit mode. Point us in retrograde direction. Make up our mind on where exactly we're going to burn. Periaps, apoaps. It's probably not going to matter very much, however, it is usually going to be best to go ahead and burn at the apoapsis. Okay. Lovely little space station. Most lovely. Okay. Come to think of it, I hope these parachutes are adequate to the task. It better not say drogue chute. No, they say radial mounted parachute. I guess we'll find out. Parachutes are either good enough or they're not. Oh dear. Just imagining if this dang thing wasn't, Alright. We're gonna save here. If it turns out that, in the event of failure, board space station. If it turns out that this craft is not suited to getting them home, we'll just have everyone get on board the space station and enjoy the snacks. Meanwhile, warp to apoapsis. Whoa, laddie, that was strange. Did we bonk, but it didn't actually acknowledge the bonk? That feels like a definite maybe possibility there. It looked like we bonked, but the game refused to acknowledge that it happened. Strange. Which is fine by me, I suppose. Alright. Wait a second. Where's my actual parry? Let's do something weird and set target as the Mun in order to see our real parry-apps. There we go. Alright, real parry-apps is getting us where we need to be. That'll be fine. Okay. Never did actually use this darn thing. I really wanted to try to grab something, but never worked out. Disarm. Hopefully this thing is not so heavy that it results in us crashing and burning on when we return to Kerbin. Okay. Let's go ahead and fast forward our butts to when it's time to go home all the way. Alright. Yeah, we got one mission done. We're bringing Jeb home, so we should be fine. Crossing fingers, of course, as one does. Okay, here goes. Yeah, let's go ahead and burn retro. Kill some extra acceleration. Because why not? And then pop it. Okay. Worst case scenario is this dang claw is just heavy enough that our shoots are not, that our radial shoots wind up failing us. That is the worst case scenario. And by failing us, I mean fail to decelerate us enough to survive. We'll find out, though. We'll find out. Actually returning to Kerbin continues to be what seems like the longest phase of any mission. And we are slightly accelerating as we enter the atmosphere. Though when we get to where the atmosphere is thicker, we'll start decelerating again. Okay. And the heat shield is now operating. We should begin to see ourselves. Yep, we are decelerating now. Hopefully we decelerate fast enough. Can't remember the last time I brought something with the dang arm back down to the surface. We'll see. I was disappointed there was nothing to grab with it. I thought that the launch part of the station was still going to be right there, but nah, it was gone. Poof. Must have drifted away gradually over time. That or the game just forgot it existed. But that's alright. That's alright. Alright, we seem to have decelerated enough that the thermal effects are already over. Didn't use very much ablator. That's fine. Now, what's the issue? Will we decelerate enough? Yeah, this looks like it's going to be a ground landing. No way we're going to make a water landing. I am hoping that's not a mountain we're going to crash into. Chutes deployed. Let's hope they're enough. If they're not enough, we might have a problem. Surface, there we go. We want to see our surface velocity, not our orbital. I don't think SAS is worth anything anymore. We may just shut it off. Ourselves just come right on down. Now deploy at about 1,000 meters off the surface. Yeah, okay, you're starting to veer off funny enough that I got a mind to leave you on. Heck, leave you on in retrograde mode. Once we're about 1,000 over the surface, the chutes deploy, and we find out how fast we really are going to bonk the ground. Alright, that's definitely adequate. That's adequate deceleration, we're fine. And I believe that was the sound of the other piece breaking and crashing. Amazing. Somebody's day would have been ruined by that. Alright. What is that off over there? It's like at some point they made some modifications to this game which blow my mind. Like a lot of weird random details started popping up on Kerbin that weren't there before, like trees. So I'm seeing this little white dot over here and wondering, okay, what is that? A tree in the distance? Is that some other weird thing? And I don't think I'm going to find out, because it's probably so far away it would take me half an hour to walk to it. From where we're going to land. I should look around on the landing site. Is there anything funny looking? Oh, there's another one. That one's closer. Maybe it's just a rock. We're just randomly having rocks on the planets. And bump. Recovered. Goal for the day is upgrade the research facility. We can begin to build what we need to build to get to Duna. The next time we do KSP. And I still don't have enough money to upgrade the research facility, so a few more missions ought to do the trick. Okay, what of these missions is... Need more missions. Appears that I'm doing a... I seem to have a policy set that takes away some of my prestige in favor of giving me a science point bonus. I'm not sure how useful that is anymore. Recovers Stabart and Stabart's craft from orbit of the moon. That sounds reasonable. Might work. The main issue with this is... I don't quite know what their craft looks like. Ferries 6 tourists safely to their destination. Now these look like if you land all of them on the moon and land all of them on Minus, it'll be fine. I've said I don't have a craft that can carry all of them. This looks like the kind of mission you'd want to flip in a space plane for if you can build one. It's powerful enough. Well, I did see a very interesting looking space plane with rotating wings. An intriguing rotating wing structure which allowed for vertical takeoff and landing. The wing structure had the engines on the end of it. That said, it was an interesting VTOL design, but I'm not convinced that it's an actual space plane. I didn't actually see it go into space. It just took off from the Kerbin runway, flew off to a different runway on the planet, and landed vertically. A little bit funny looking. So it looks like we need to recover Stabart and Stabart's craft from orbit of the moon. How much money will this operation give us? An advance of... Alright, I see. The advances are so if you do something that kills off your money supply, it doesn't kill off your game. So it's like, oh no, we're out of money. Accept a bunch of missions and get their advances, and now you can build craft again, but make sure you actually do some missions or you're gonna get screwed. Alright. So we go down and grab Stabart's craft using the grabber arm, and then we go home. Sounds reasonable. I'll just do it with the same craft I was finagling with earlier. Bam. Yep. Yep, all complete, no fails. No cancels either. Available. Alright, this is gonna be a straightforward mission. Leave facility. Oh, interesting. The advance all by itself gives me almost enough money to upgrade R&D. But not quite, so we have to actually accomplish the mission. With the mission accomplished, I'll be tempted to do one more mission just to get more money, so I don't feel like I'm blasting all of it with the R&D upgrade. And then, once that's accomplished, upgrade R&D, and we are ready to go to Duna next session. But for now, I think it's time to commence the next phase of the operation. VLMV Brutus Grabber is a good one. Very good, I thought. Now the question is... you know what? I have faith. I have faith in this craft. But before I do anything else, let's leave real quick. I want to clean up my save. In order to do this, I guess I'll hit save game first. In case I hit wrong button. Save. And load save. Delete. Game. Delete. Delete. I'm just doing this in order to clear up the absolute mess. High speed. No, not deleting in case I hit wrong button. Delete. Actually, I guess I can delete in case I hit wrong button. It's not important. We'll leave that one. Delete, 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 I need to remove all of the clutter save games. So I don't absent-mindedly find myself loading in to an earlier time and get auto-saved into it. Okay, persistent. I don't think that was one I'm allowed to save. Yeah, persistent you're not allowed to save. Or rather, you're not allowed to delete, excuse me. Should be close to finishing. And done. Yep. Resume. Now let's go ahead and blast off and head to Moon Orbit. Who's gonna go on this mission? I think Valentina's been doing a pretty good job. But at the same time, maybe she needs a break. Though even then, Jebediah was up on that space station for an awful long time. We'll send Val to do another mission. Why not? Jeb can have some time with the wife and kids or whatever it is he does. Bam! I have faith in the Brutus Grabber. Come on. Uh-oh. Game? Okay, here we go. Save game. In case of Brutus failure, reload. Save. SAS on, full speed ahead, and take off. Alright. Usual way of doing it is once we're about 1,000 meters up, we begin to rotate. And rotate. And boosters our gas. How we doing, Apple? Nowhere near where we need to be. Got it. Keep on going up. And up and up and up. Need the big money so I can upgrade the R&D facility to its final form and get the big rockets. The big rockets. The big rockets we're gonna need to take us to Duna. Yep, because we're going to Duna. Very close to a good Apo, but not quite there yet, and we'll probably need to drop this next stage. At some point, I should make a single-stage to orbit rocket that is recoverable. Like something where you get the payload to orbit, you detach the payload, and you turn the rocket around to go home. And then land successfully. Bam. And we continue our mission of getting our happy butt into orbit. Alright, apoapsis is above 71,000. Though I am tempted to push it a little bit higher. And bam, that'll do. 75,000 is good enough for now. We will then prepare to go to the moon. We go to the moon not because it is easy, but because it is hard. It's actually kind of funny when you stop and think of it. Some of the things that JFK said in that speech are kind of like, uh-huh, yeah, uh-huh. We do this awesome thing not because it is easy, we do it because it is hard. We do the thing that's hard. It's like, why do an easy thing? Like, why do you have to explain that? I'm not sure. Ah, well. I have a feeling I started my orbital burn a little bit late, so we might be sinking back into the atmosphere briefly before we circularize. No big deal, I guess. Just mildly annoying. Yeah, gotta get another 700 and some change meters per second before we have proper orbit established. Yep. Give me orbit. Now I gotta keep doing this. Periaps, periaps, periaps. Yeah, we're gonna be mildly annoying. Alright, I'm just gonna give up and... I'm gonna give up and let it dip me into the atmosphere, otherwise I'm gonna have weird nonsensically high apo in a bit. Yep, I hear ya. Just get through this. Get through this so we can be nice and happily reascending. Yep, time to go back up again. Going back up. Alright. Maybe I should just prepare myself for the moon. Prepare. Alright. Gonna be doing transfer to the moon soon. Or there. Actually, I can probably do this part, going to want to have us pointed prograde for when it happens. I may as well have this. That has target. Target moon. moon should be rising over the horizon soon. When it does, we burn. Yep, here we go. Pointed prograde yet? And go. That will have to do, I guess. Let's burn a little bit more until we kill off what's left in this thing. And again, we're not trying to land on it. That'll be fine. Oop. And off we go, to the moon, once again. A crater sea. That's an interesting little detail on the Kerbin planet. And the moon, boys and girls. Hopefully it's a decent encounter and not a wonky one. I wonder, though. Crew report. No news. No science. Oh, goodness. That's a comm set. We are not close enough. One encounter in 3 minutes. And one. Alright, presumably I want to be pointing my happy but retrograde now. When we get to the periapt, we burn until we have attained orbit. Then we want to descend down to... Oh, Brutus X has been stuck in orbit there this whole time. Interesting. I could probably deorbit that. No big deal though, it's kind of low. Getting down to its level and then having to deal with this guy as well might be a bit of a pain. Anyway. Yes. We need to retrograde burn so that we can attain a proper orbit of the moon. Because this is just an escape orbit. Not a real orbit. There we go. Now let's see. Set has target. Ascending, no goodness. Awkward. Awkward. Not that big an issue, I don't think. It might make more sense to cancel our current speed and go around the other way. Let's try that. Periapsy is a little on the low side. Yeah. Ascending node. Alright, doing it that way, we're still slightly off from the other guy's orbit, but we'll be fine. So let's warp over to the ascending node and burn anti-normal to get things the way they should be. Warp here, and then we point ourselves anti-normal. All right. Warp here. Finish adjusting our inclination. Good enough. Now, retrograde. We need to get down to around altitude 165 on the other side. That will do the trick, I think. I don't think that's going to work, unfortunately. So prograde us back around and bring that side back up to about the 167, 165, something like that. Okay. That will do. Round. Retrograde burn. Let's see what we got here. Interesting. I got a feeling that we might be able to make it work. And all right, that will do the trick, I think. Here. All right. Switch to target mode. And prepare to burn retrograde relative to target when we are at 5 kilometers distance. How are we? No visual on target just yet. Separation 2 kilometers, that's not that bad. Stabert's craft. As I recall, we need to recover Stabert's craft. Okay. We will see what we will see. I want Stabert riding in the Brutus grabber, but the grabber will grab his craft. That's how this is going to go. Suddenly occurs to me that stream elements never activated properly. My bot never showed up. Pain. Alright, once we are at 5,000 kilometers, or 5 kilometers distance, 0 our relative velocity, and then proceed at slow speed. Bam. Alright. Next, we head this way. Should probably go about 5 to 15 meters per second. Let's get to 15 meters per second then. This says our separation will still be more than I'd prefer it to be. A little odd, but so how close are we getting? About 4 kilometers away for now. Once we are at 1 kilometer away, we burn retro and zero out the distance difference again. And we get Stabert on board the Brutus, turn our happy butts around, and grab the craft, and then prepare for return to Kerbin. And hope everything goes smoothly. Because this is going to be a hell of a show. This mission will hopefully get me enough money to upgrade R&D so I can prepare for my trip to Duna. We need those high-powered rockets, or we're not getting very far. I also want a vector engine for the lander, which is unusual, I know. The moon landers didn't need such a powerful engine, but the thing is, Duna has heavier gravity than the moon, and we want to be able to escape Duna and get back into orbit with the lander. We're not going to be landing with the same craft this time because I like my first Duna mission to be an Apollo analog. So we have a command module and we have a lander module. Command module stays in orbit, lander module gets down there and comes back up. Alright. Are we in visual? Yay, nay. Doesn't seem like it. We are in visual range, I sure don't see it. Well, once we're at 1 kilometer difference, we re-zero the... We'll re-zero and then we'll travel the rest of the different distance a bit more slowly. Where are you? Truthfully, I don't even know what he looks like, but he's if it's like any of these other weird scenarios, it's going to turn out to be some tiny little pod with nothing attached to it. That's how it usually. You know what? Actually, no, we do need to kill the thrust. So here we go. I'm gonna kill the relative speed. Then we pop ourselves back around. Missed it by a mile. Okay. How close are we? Decently close. I don't want to be coming in at 5 meters per second, I think. That's going to result in that. It's going to result in something pretty close to a collision, which is probably what we want in all honesty. Arm the control arm. That will be enough. I need us to be in visual. But I saw something. Oh, yep, there it is. It's a tiny little dot from here. How far is this? 1 minute? 2 minutes from now? Okay. Closing in on you. We are armed and ready to grab. Maybe I'll grab first and then bring this guy on board. Where is he? Saw him a moment ago and now I don't see him anymore. Oh, I saw him. Ah, there he is. Need to do the zoom in, zoom out for it to make more sense. Okay. Getting closer. Doing everything real nice and slow. Nice and easy. And closer by the moment. It's only about 360 meters away. Going to grab him. We're going home. All right. I might want to prepare for... Yeah, we'll be fine. If we miss, then I'll just re-zero the speed and go at it again. Yeah, that looks like it's just a dang little crew module with nothing attached to it. Fuck. Yeah, it's time to kill relative speed and prepare to grab. Okay, here we go. Right. Don't want to do this too fast. because we didn't bring anything resembling... Okay, we're attached. Good. Excellent. I think we're attached. Okay. Strain. Transfer crew. Transfer to here. Alright. Glad you could make it. How is our orbit of the moon looking? We have a fine and dandy orbit of the moon still proceeding. Now, it looks like we are even in position to be able to do a burn to return to Kerbin. Excellent. Point us prograde, and let's get this show on the road. Wait, what? Kerbin Periaps is going like that? That's weird. Well, I guess we have no choice. Gonna have to go like this then. Alright, so that's gonna have to be how it is. A little bit awkward. Makes me wonder where I went wrong. Did I go wrong? Maybe I did. Maybe I did go wrong. Oh well, I have plenty of fuel to correct. We have plenty of fuel on this mission. It'll be fine. Trust me. Alright, here we go. Mildly awkward, but I guess we'll find out soon enough. Warp here. Goodbye, moon. Alright, on account of where we're currently at, we want to point ourselves retrograde immediately and begin the burn to kill our Periaps. Yeah, I definitely ran into a problem here. Yep. There's a little bit of a problem, but it looks like it's not a super big problem. Just a mildly annoying problem. So we're gonna head back in. We're going to aim for a... Let's aim for a 50,000 might. How about a 45? Okay. Aiming for a 45,000. Alright, we're bringing them in. Okay, we're bringing them in. Let's hope it works out. They are absolutely thrilled. Okay. Now let's warp. Warping back to Kerbin. Okay. Why are you doing this? I'm not going to be able to... I'm not actually going to get all the way back because the atmosphere is going to bring us in. Alright, let's do this. When we're at 100k, I'm going to aim us retro and hope for the best. Let's do that now. Hope. Alright. Let's begin. I don't want to hit the atmosphere too fast. This is the part where I find out if this vehicle is up for the challenge of bringing this dang little piece back. Alright, that'll do the trick. Wait, what? What just happened? Something did not quite work properly. Okay then, I will simply decouple. Okay. This is good. That is still functional. Hopefully it remains functional as we re-enter the atmosphere. Otherwise, well, the mission will fail, and then we're going to have some problems. Yeah, there's some heating effects going on over there. But it doesn't look like that thing's heating up significantly, so we might be fine. Decelerating quickly. All right. Let's know the true altitude based on where the ground is, please. And let's hope the added weight of this is not enough to wreck our day when it's time to deploy shoops. Well, so far so good. We have managed to keep the payload intact. Payload is still intact. Deploying shoops. Lovely. How are we on electrical? Electrical's fine. Alright, it looks to me like we're going to win this mission. A job well done. So long as the added weight is not enough to cause us to land too hard. Though truthfully, even if it is, the first thing we'll break will be the ablator. So we'll probably be fine. Alright, we got a new pilot. So now we'll have three pilots. We always need pilots in Kerbal Space Program. Everything else is optional, to an extent, but pilots are indispensable. And the shoots deploy the rest of the way, and we are under 10 meters per second. We are good. Ah, good show. Our grabber arm has successfully grabbed with the, I guess this is a remnant of a ship, by some other company, which we never actually see what the other companies are doing. We just occasionally see the aftermath of what they are doing when their stuff blows up on them and we have to go help them out. At least that's how it comes across, at least. I find myself wondering if Kerbal Space Program 2 will actually portray the other companies doing things, or if some other shenanigans will go on in KSP 2. I don't think I'm going to try KSP 2 until I have gotten my money's worth out of KSP 1. I want to finish exploring the entire Kerbal solar system. And maybe mess around with the RSS mod at some point. But I might just move on to KSP 2 after I'm done with KSP1 solar system. And we're about to bounce down with the landing, and bonk. Nice. Recover vessel. Alright, how'd we do? Come on, game, don't leave me hanging. Alright, parts. It looks to me like we have plenty of... What does this mean, that we have maximum rep or something? We have... I can never understand how to read the reputation bar in this game. I think it's the weakest point when it comes to the 3 gauges, because, like, you see a digital readout for the money, you see a digital readout for the science points. Reputation gains, it's some kind of slide, where I guess it says that we have between 45 and 50 rep or something. I'm not entirely sure what that says. It's hard to read, is what I'm saying. Okay, so... we are now able to upgrade R&D. Resource transfer available. Kerbol EVAs can collect... Yeah, we already had resource transfer, I think. Now the research science limit will be unlimited. But at the same time, I'm a little concerned because of how much money it costs. Will I be good on making ships? And let's take a quick glance. Now, the main issue I have is I'm probably going to wind up needing to complete one more local mission before I can actually go to Duna. So, and I can't really get a gauge on what the... Let's take a quick glance at what the Nerve rocket engine is going to be costing me. And let's just pretend that we can just magically attach one to the bottom. Well, it barely increases the money. It barely increases the cost. We'll probably be fine just going ahead and upgrading the science station now. Don't save, we're good. Come on, give me the outside again. Alright, let's do it. Upgrade. Bam! Well, that's certainly an upgrade. Alright, R&D. Here we go. I want very heavy rocketry. Bam. We now have access to everything that I think that I need to replicate a Saturn V, namely the Mammoth liquid fuel engine. We also have the Vector liquid fuel engine, which, according to my memory of long ago, is something that I found necessary for building a Duna lander. The Vector has just about the precise amount I need for blasting off of planet Duna and attaining orbit. Adequate for docking and transferring crew back over to the transfer module, which will then, of course, pop off back to Kerbin. So, let's see here. What else do we got going on? We might need this high-performance fuel systems, but I don't... We might have to run around getting more research points. I'm not entirely sure yet. Let's see what we can see. I think I will tentatively build a brand spankin' new. Where was I? Really getting distracted, but alright. Let's see what I can do. Alright, let's go pop over here and see if I have materials I think I need. New ship. We want a Mark 1-3 command pod to start off. We're going to want Clampotron docking port on this puppy. After that, we're gonna want... Where are you at? Shield. Thermal. Where are you at? Some sort of heat shield seems nice. Back to coupling. Let's pop ourselves this nice happy little coupler. And then we might want something a bit... I don't have what I want for this. It might not be necessary, but it also might be of extreme necessity. I don't think I know which just yet. Alright. I think I accidentally saved this as Untitled Spacecraft. Let's call this the Duna Express. We'll call it the DX-01. Sure. Save. It's not done yet, of course. But I need to take a look at some things over at the research facility. See what we need. What else do I need? Can I afford it? That is the question. Advanced electrics. What is this? Okay. Gonna need a lot more R&D material. So I'm definitely gonna need this. But I don't have the science points for this yet. Pain. It may be necessary for me to try the Zip Around Eve mission first, just to get some extra stuff. Dee. Pain. All right. Pondering, pondering, pondering. I do wish I still had the design for my Duna lander. But it looks like I'm going to need to make more plans for gathering science data. It might actually be necessary for me to bounce around Eve, since that's what the mission control is trying to... What? Changed it? That's strange. It wanted me to go to Eve before. Now it wants me to dock in or around Minmus. I am confused. Why did it do that? Okay. Strange. Well, I guess that'll get me more money, but still, it's like, really? Really? Okay. Very strange, very strange. Why does it want me to put a satellite in polar orbit of Eve? Why is it trying to convince me to go to Eve instead of go to Duna? Strange. Very strange. I'll laugh if one of these fools wants to go to Eve. Okay. I see. All right, well. This is interesting. Leave facility for now. Let's see what I can do. How are we doing on payload? It's a decent service bay. Crack the doors open. Give us all that good stuff. Science. Science Junior. Mystery Goop. Barometer. Thermometer. That'll probably do. Some of these I'm not entirely sure how to use them. Oh goodness. Close. Let's see what we can do. Fuel tanks. Do we have a decent sized RCS? Getting warmer. There we go. That looks decent enough. And now the moment you've all been waiting for. Actually, no, I need a bigger fuel tank. What fuels will be adequate for our purposes? Perhaps Rockomax will do the trick. And now finally, after all this, it is time for... Where are you? The nerve. Doo-doo. Nuclear engine. How do these work again? I know it does something weird like vaporizing hydrogen. Oh Oh yeah, that reminds me. Due to the fact that I don't need oxidizer when using the nuke engine, we can just drop oxidizer levels to 0 and it will still work. Ta-da! Okay. Kinda wish I could load it with more fuel. Now that that is over, what happens if I try to put a TD25 on this? It does that, annoyingly. Funny. Funny. Well, it is what it is, I suppose. Oh dear, that's going to lead to problems, I know. Why are you not quite tall enough? Pain. Well, there are other solutions to this problem, which involve... There are other interesting strategic solutions to this problem, which I will be fascinated to utilize. Spectral. How shall we do it? A bi-coupler, perhaps? Oh. Or maybe a tri-coupler. If we use the bi-coupler, then that means we have to throw on 2 of them. And how do we do coupling? I just put a TD25 down here somehow? Not really. Something finagly is going to happen. I wonder. There has to be a way to make this work. Ah, the heck with it, we'll go further. Let's go with a tri-coupler. If anyone's actually made it into chat, I can't seem to see chat. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe I'm just not seeing chat. Maybe that's why I imagined that Steam Elements has not shown up. Great. Maybe I should go poke myself over to the actual site and find out. YouTube does seem to be glitching out on me a little bit. Maybe the problem is chat simply failed to load. Ah well. Life goes on. Anyway, if Caleb is here, thanks for watching. Let's see on these nerve engines. I wonder if they were intentionally trying to make a Neon Genesis Evangelion reference with this. As delightful as this is... How am I going to get this puppy up there? I think I suddenly remember a trick I used the last time I did this. It involved... Grab another one. That'll work. Coupling. May as well use the little couplers for them, because why not? 12s. TD12s for everybody. And then, boop. That might do the trick. Might do the trick. I don't know that it will do the trick, but there's a certain level of possibility here. Alternatively, I could give up on it and just put on a singular engine, which might be a good idea too. Do I not have the right fuel tanks I want? That's another important question. Yeah, it looks like the fuel tanks I really want are not quite available yet. But we will deal with that, Terra. Let's see. Oh, there was another Kerbol die. I thought I needed. Where is it? Have I not researched it yet? Perhaps I have not researched it yet. Oh, this one looks like it's not quite the right size. Purposes. Yes, this is going to be an issue. Yeah. I do not have adequate fuel tanks for what I want to do. I will tentatively save the prototype DX01 and then head back out to the R&D facility. Bam. Fuel tanks. Yeah, that looks like the fuel tanks I was looking for. Engine cluster adapter tank? Well then, interesting. Very interesting. S3, S4 adapter. Let's take a quick look at some of these other parts. This says that I have that. Perhaps I got confused about something. I probably got confused about something. Aha! I have a feeling I might want to play with additional coupling. Or at the very least make a payload. That looks nice. Nice enough. Not sure exactly how well aerodynamic it is, but it will have to do. I do have an urge to add struts. That too will have to do. Well, maybe this payload thing is too big. I guess we'll find out in a moment. I'll try a different one. Smaller one. Maybe I should just go ahead and... That'll work. There, now no spy will know that we have nuke engines in here. Alright. With that accomplished... Doesn't seem quite big enough. Oop. Oop. There we go. How many more of these shall I need? A zillion in all likelihood. An absolute zillion. 2, 3. You know, I kind of want to blast this thing off just to see how it goes. We're getting pretty tall here, I know. It's time. Time for the end. Bam. Mammoth. And we're overpriced. I will not be able to test this thing out until I've done more missions and made more money. Oh, how deliciously overpriced. How are we on solid or full booster? I see. So, what is our biggest? That's not our biggest for sure. This might be close to our biggest solid fuel booster. Let's see. Quartet of these. Aerodynamics. What do we got? Too small. Got the big ones? Alright, now we're talking. Might want struts. Unless it turns out that the game betrays me and makes all of these just pop right off. You know what? Strut here. Why am I bothering to continue this when I've already determined that I don't have the money to continue this? That'll probably do. I would very much like to get this puppy off the ground, but I can't, unfortunately, because I don't have the money. Spent all that money upgrading. Now, don't have the money. Oh well. At any rate, the intention here is to throw something out into the planetary environment. But unfortunately, we simply do not have the money for this right now. I'm going to save this, though. It is a good idea. Now I'm going to decide whether to end stream now, or to do one more, hopefully good mission. Test Rovemax MF1 rover wheel on an escape trajectory out of Kerbin. That's ridiculous. Most of these except for, like, maybe I can do this one. That'll get us a little bit of extra money. Still, I find it very strange that the Kerbin World Firsts people decided to abort the Eve mission and gave me this piddly squat mission to go and dock around Minmus. But whatever. I need more science data, which means I need to go explore further out. Unfortunately, I just don't have the money. Temperature surveys. That's what? Measure the temperature in spaceflight below 4,700 meters near Engineer's Belt, below 5,800 meters near Staffrey's Feature, above 5,200 meters near Area FFHB, above 4,000 meters near Zone 89HJ. That's a weird one. Might still be able to do it, but it's a weird one. I could probably do it. It's kind of strange, though. Green sandstone, eh? I've never tried to grab a green sandstone before. I'm not sure how you do that. Might have to look that up. Alright. At any rate, I have succeeded at today's mission of upgrading the R&D facility. We will have to see if I can do better next time. For now, I am Chris, the Space-Time Sorcerer, and this has been Kerbal Space Program. See you next week, as I get more missions done in order to get enough money to build my expensive nuclear-powered spacecraft to explore Eve and Duna, and bring home enough science data to hopefully finish this tree off. Until then...